Could you really walk a mile in my shoes? Could you really feel these shoes? Could you walk in these shoes through the struggles that I've had to walk through the jungles that I've had to fight through? Could you really walk a mile in my shoes? So you had the nerve to judge me. You say you can live my life. You say you can endure my struggles. But do you even know what my life is like? Do you even know what my struggles are? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. You already know it's your boy Ice. What's up, man? How's everybody's day going? Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you had a whole lot of filled bellies, but even bigger hearts. Stay tuned. I got some good stuff I want to talk to y'all about, like I always do. I want y'all to pay attention, like I always ask. But I also want to ask y'all to definitely smash that like button. Hit that like button, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me see some activity. Let me see some interactions. Y'all comment. Don't be afraid to say something. If you feel like you can connect or you can relate to something I've said, definitely put it in the comments below so other people can see that they're not alone and they're not the only one fighting this battle and dealing with this madness, depression. Also want you to go ahead and subscribe. And when you do, that little bell that's right next to it, I want you to hit that bell so that way you can stay in tune with all the posts that I put on here. And you already know, man, it's not the most fun vlogs to watch. I'm not getting hype and crazy. I don't have a ton of females around. You know what I'm saying? I don't have sick cars. I don't be doing sick dance moves or nothing like that. I don't do workouts. You know what I'm saying? Well, I do workouts for myself, but I don't do like workout videos, tutorials, whatnot. But what I do is I offer an open door into my life, living with depression, giving you guys a way to see how someone lives with depression and endures all the struggles that it does come with, in hopes that it can help someone out there. And even if it only helps one person, then I've done my job, and I hope that that one person can turn around and help another one person, and we can create this domino effect. But definitely like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can stay in tune, and comment, man. Y'all don't be scared. So, just got off the skateboard. Oh, just got off the skateboard, and I was about to start this vlog, but 2K is calling me. It's the new 2K19. I've already done the prelude like 4 times. I don't know why. But I'm gonna jump on this right quick. I'll play 2K for a little bit. And then that skateboard ain't no joke. And that thing is a beast. My longboard. I'm new to the skateboard thing. Just something I want to do you know, and I'd recommend, trying something like that to getting into and different, new and different activities and hobbies um, to get yourself outside of your mind. Because the worst thing is to get trapped in your mind, and once you start thinking, it feel like it never stops. It feel like you go from one thought to the next, to the next, to the next, and it's just never ending cycle. So I would definitely recommend taking on new hobbies. Like I said, this is something new to me. I've never skateboarded in my life. I mean, except for when I was a kid and I played around. I never took it serious. And I'm not taking it serious now. It's not like I'm going to start a career with it. But I definitely do feel free and open when I'm out on my skateboard. Sometimes I just get on it after work just to feel the breeze, just to play my music, write on it. It's kind of like a workout too, because you got to work your legs, you got to kick, push. So in doing all of that, it's a combination of me being able to listen to my music, me being able to just be out there, be free, get away from everything, everyone, just let that inner kid out. I just go out there. I go up and down on the little grades. I don't do anything too crazy and dangerous, but I do try to get that little adrenaline. I try to create a lot of speed, stuff like that, just to feel free and to get away. And then it's kind of like a workout because I have to put a lot of effort into it when I'm using my feet to create that momentum to build up speed whenever I'm on the skateboard. So I would definitely recommend that you guys invest in new hobbies. And understand that it might be an investment that you might not, after feeling better or recovering or recuperating, however you want to term it, you might not utilize that thing anymore. I might not get back on that skateboard, but at least I know the value of that investment was it helped me in the meantime. So think about it that way, so find new hobbies and stuff like that. And 2K is another one of my hobbies, and I am able to live a life in 2K that I cannot live in the real world. So I get to create a character, and in here I don't have to deal with a lot of things that I deal with in real life. So I get to escape. I get real focused. A lot of times when I'm doing this, my girl always gets at me because she's always saying that I'm so focused at the game. She calls it my new toy. 2K19 is my new toy. But it's kind of my escape. I get to go in there. I get away from being who I am now, where I am now, and live that whole different life and just escape from it all. So find that thing for you, whatever it may be, and have fun with it. Alright, y'all, so like I was saying from earlier, I've told you guys in vlogs before that I don't really have anyone that I live with, or friends that check up on me, stuff like that. So dealing with the depression is really hard, especially dealing with it by yourself. And that's why for a lot of times I've said to people, if you have that support, reach out to them, because it makes it a lot easier. It will be tough no matter what, but it does make it easier when you have someone that you can call on. Now, I've had people around me that have looked at me and, like they'll tell me to smile, cheer up, it's not that bad. There's people that's worse off than you, and a lot of times it makes me stop and think, like, how do you know that my situation isn't that bad? Like, for you, it may not be that bad, but for me, it may be, because I'm the one that has to live with it. You're the one that has to hear a story about it for a second or maybe two. I'm the one that has to live with it day after day after day after day. So how is it that you can sit there and tell me that all I have to do is smile or cheer up? Things aren't that bad. Do you know what it feels like to not have control over your mind, to not have control over your thoughts, not have control over even your activities? There are days that I wake up and I'm laying in my bed and it takes me at least an hour to get out of my bed. Then I walk to my living room and I sit in front of my TV where my PlayStation is, or I come here and I sit in the studio and I can't do anything. My mind will not allow me, no matter how much I try to fight it. No matter how much I try to say, okay, Shay, you got to get up. You got to do something. You got to move. There's stuff that needs to be done. There's stuff that needs to happen. Sometimes I cannot move. Sometimes I just can't get up. Do you know what it feels like to not have control over your mind? To go to bed after a day of being stuck and not being able to go out or go anywhere and do anything. And I'm not talking about going to parties or going to the mall or going out to eat. I'm talking about even just walking outside my door. Picking up the newspaper that I ordered that's dropped off right by my car. And I can't go outside. My feet won't move to go outside. I cannot get my body to get up and move, to motion towards the door to go outside to pick up the paper. Do you know what it feels like to wake up to an empty bed and to get up and walk out into your living room and realize that the house is empty? It's not just your bed. There's no one to talk to when certain emotions come over you. There's no one to express what's going on inside your head, to help you untangle your thoughts, to help you figure things out. There's no one here that you can cry on their shoulders. You just have to cry on your own. And this is not a thing that happens once in a while. This is a thing I have to live with every single day. Do you know what it feels like to have to live like that every single day? I don't have friends because the people that are around me, or the people I work with, or the people I associate with, don't feel like being bothered with my depression. They don't feel like being bothered with listening to what I have to say. Whether it makes me feel better or not, that's not their problem. And that's something that I've noticed with the world today. We get so busy and so caught up in our own lives that we forget to look at other people. And we only want to hang with the people that are cool and the people that are out here and vibing and going out every weekend or every night for that matter. But for the people who act introvert, people who act as though they're introverts, when really it's a condition far beyond what they can control. Even if it's not a bad person, even if it was never a person that you can look at and say, okay, well, I never was okay with that person. Most people have gotten to the point in their lives where they just don't care about anybody else anymore. All they care about is themselves. And even if they're friends with you, sometimes their ulterior motive is being friends with you gives them some kind of benefit or some kind of gain. And it's sad. And it sucks. And it's bad enough that exists in our world today, because that's where our world is heading. That's the trend that our world is taking. It's bad enough that you have to deal with that as a normal person. But imagine dealing with that as a person who's depressed. As a person who have no outlet. A person who have to create their own types of outlet that sometimes it isn't enough, because sometimes you need another human being. That human factor is major. And a lot of people don't quite get that. And I don't want people being fake. I don't want people who know me seeing this video to decide that this is the moment to reach out to me, please don't do it, because at this moment it'll be fake and it'll be worse than you not reaching out at all. And I'm being 100. Put yourself in my shoes and think about it. And it's not a thing of pride. And I don't want you to think that it's a thing of pride. It's a thing of me understanding that you never cared when I didn't utter these words, when I didn't explain things this way, when you didn't get a moment to think of it this way or to try to walk in my shoes for a second and understand what it is that I or any other depressed person is feeling. The only reason why you decide that now is a good moment for you to reach out and call me or talk to me is because I've mentioned this to you. I don't want that phone call. It's not pride. It's I want to protect myself from the fake. I want to protect myself from the part-time friends. I don't want you to be cool with me only when I'm having my good day. And then when I'm having my bad day or I'm down, you no longer remember me. You no longer remember who I am. You no longer remember that sometimes just texting the person saying, how you doing, may be more impactful than you think. Sometimes just having people remember that there are others out there that care about them and that they're not in this world alone, surrounded by billions and trillions of strangers that have no interest in talking to me or being my friend. And I'm not throwing a pity party. I'm trying to get people to understand that this is what depressed people go through. This is what we experience. And it's tough enough that we are trapped in our minds and in our situations. It's tough enough that we have to endure all of these things that we're going through. And none of it is your problem. Don't get me wrong. But it's just crazy how people don't care enough anymore. It's crazy how everybody is just all for themselves. Even though they've had this saying that united we stand, divided we fall. I think we're on a verge of falling real hard, because everyone in this world, or majority of the people in this world, are on a mission to do what matters for them more than anything else. And by all means, yes, you have a life to live, and you do want to make sure that your life is the best life. You want to give yourself the best life possible. You want to give your siblings or your children the best life possible. By all means, I'm not saying forget about that, throw it out the door. But I'm saying remember the people that are around you. Don't cry when a person commits suicide. Don't sit there on TV, sit there in your living room watching TV, talking about how sad you feel, or how hurt, or you wish you could have done something. You could have done something. You could have called them. You could have texted them. You could have reached out to them. Could have just told them you care. But people feel like in order to make an impact, you have to do something large. You have to do something on a bigger scale to create an impact. But remember, it's all relativity. What you may think is a big impact may be small to me. And what may be small to you may be a big impact to me. So take a moment to understand what depressed people are going through before you sit there and tell me that things aren't so bad. Before you sit here and tell me that I should just smile, that there's others out there whose life is worse than me or who are enduring worse than me. And I don't debate that that is true. But how do you know what level my situation or my struggle falls on? Could you really walk a mile in my shoes?